he was clapping cheeks in the forest for 5 hours. Welcome everyone to my humble abode. Grab a drink, make sure it's cold. We're talking about anime, new and old. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my anime lounge. Grab, I say grab yourself a seat, my friends, and welcome back to the anime lounge. There's a slew, yes, a slew of reincarnation animes dropping, and it seems to be the hot genre at the moment. And I'm a huge fan of these and isekais, so I found myself continuously just adding more to my list, and I figure let's just go over some of the few I've seen recently. From goblins to secret bosses or even vending machines. Before we begin, as usual, you could reincarnate
I can't think of a thing to say.
Like button.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn button.
If you're new and find yourself enjoying the video, hit that subscribe button. Join the lounge and enjoy talking anime with fellow watchers. Hit that bell for notifications so you know when the lounge is going to be open again. There's a seat for you. Join us, chill with us, laugh with us. Now let's get into it. Starting us off is a type that tends to catch my eye a lot. Ones where a person is reincarnated with a unique skill that makes them completely broken. My unique skill makes me OP at level 1, introduces our main character Ryota, who is reincarnated with boo-boo stats, but learns that he has an amazing drop rate stat, meaning that he can earn the highest amount of loot from taking out monsters, and even higher chances of getting rare drops. That's his skill. An RPG gamer's dream, one could say. This one was on the lower side for me. The animation wasn't the strongest, and it's cool to have a simple formulaic plot for a show like this, if it's still fun, but nothing really stuck out for me with this one. The MC and his friend just go around the same dungeon collecting materials for their daily lives. I honestly forgot I watched it until I was going through the shows I've seen, but I did think the beef between the bugs and the main girl Emily was funny. Every time she seen a roach, leading us straight into a show I enjoyed a little more. Am I actually the strongest? Brings us Haruto, a shut-in who apparently dies in his room while staring at a game screen. He's greeted by a busty holy deity and is told the one sentence that is every isekai main character's dream.
次は魔力が絶対視される世界ですから生きるのに困らないチート能力を授けます。
It's time to play the game. Time to play the game.
He's reincarnated as a prince but gets abandoned because his magic levels are so off the charts. They appear to be low level. And so as a baby, the king tosses him into the forest to die, and his true adventure really begins.
さあ、私に種付けしてください。
Ho ho, brother, ho, whoa, 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 now.
He ends up getting adopted, crazy enough, by a relative of his father's. This was a fun watch. Dude just tossing around his OP magic powers, developing a squad of supporters, even going to the lengths of creating a superhero persona who uses Lelouch's Zero cosplay to provide his anime-addicted sister a way to live out her magical hero girl fantasies. A shut-in who tries to avoid the spotlight, suddenly becoming the center of attention due to his overpowered abilities. Nothing really new or crazy, but it was an okay venture.
Oh, Jesus!
You stupid.
This man really said that vending machine is in trouble. Now look at you. I'm sure it was insured. They could have got a new one. It would have been okay. You could have went on about your day. And really, if you look at it, if you left it alone, it probably wouldn't have even fell off the truck. But you sped up to try and catch it, forgot to hit that drift and got thrown off like Rainbow Road.
Get him.
No, really think about it. What were you gonna realistically do to stop that vending machine from falling? You know how heavy them things are? And it's on the back of a moving truck? Come on, son. He must have seen some big Texas buns on there or something. Meet Boxo. our vending machine loving protagonist. His name became Boxo after he became the vending machine. I don't even think the show gave him a name before then. He's reincarnated into a vending machine. I mean, there's not much more to say. The guy is a fucking magical vending machine. And even as a vending machine, somehow became the strongest person in the show. And I commend him for that. They really show how overpowered a vending machine could be. As a vending machine, he's able to transform into any machine that he could imagine that dispenses any type of product. From snacks and food, to dirty porn mags, to condoms, gas, oxygen. They really got creative with this idea. I think that's the only reason I kept watching. I just wanted to see what the heck were they gonna do with a magical vending machine. It was actually entertaining for a bit and had some funny moments, especially when he was limited to only being able to talk through automated vending machine phrases. They do delve into the concept of self-worth. In this world, he feels he's more valuable as a vending machine than he ever was as a human. Sure, he could share his knowledge, but he can't reproduce that convenience. He can't just poof, here's the solution for a nickel. So that was a very interesting aspect. He was low-key cooking with them vending machine powers too. One episode, he was eaten alive by this monster. Alive, he's a vending machine. He was eaten by this monster and ended up nuking the monster from the inside by microwaving some canned cream corn soup. I enjoy seeing how they made a vending machine OP, more so than any other aspect of the show. When life gives you games, gamers gaming gonna game. Truck Coon's latest victim was a college girl who made the mistake of getting in a... Truck Coon's latest victim was a college girl who made the mistake of getting in his way, and now awakens in the world of romance games she has beaten, but not as the main heroine. She is reincarnated as the strongest obstacle in any game, the secret boss. The final boss after the final boss. The boss you find on your new game plus file. Her role in this world is to be the ultimate evil that eventually gets vanquished by the heroine, but she simply just wants to live a peaceful life. That is until her gamer side takes over and she power levels herself to level 99, the max level of the world. And now everybody believes that she is in fact the demon lord sent to destroy and take over their world. I really loved the main character in this one. She was funny, and seeing her unintentionally bully her way through the world was very entertaining.
私に勝てる兵隊がいるとでも？
実の親を脅すのか？
実の子に暗殺者を差し向けた人には言われたくないです。
She tries to explain to people how to get to her max level like she was, but everyone just thinks she's trying to get them killed if they try to do what she says. Now, it does lean a lot more on the slice of life side, so you don't really get to see her do as much as you would want her with her OP abilities. Hell, even the final conflict they had with the Demon Lord, which was the crux of the entire premise of this show, and they build up from episode 1, that's rushed through. She hits him like 3 times and it's over. So it was a bit anticlimactic, but I enjoyed it for what it was. And I really love how they did the beginning, introducing her and the fact that it's the game she's beaten. The main girl really carried.
私がレベル99だと納得していただけましたでしょうか?
And in what might be the quickest exit from one life to the next, Light apparently caught another body with the death note. And bam, he's already in a new world. Ars Luvent, if I said that right, is a noble born with the appraisal skill. He's able to see the overall stats of people, which he uses to recruit the best forces for his kingdom. It's like seeing a character's game stats in real life, which is a very broken ability when you're tasked with putting together a team. So he sets forth to gather the best team he can to aid him in taking over the rule of the country and making it a better place for everyone. I really liked this show. There was a great moment in an episode where his father was sick and he was going to take over and lead the troops in the next battle, but the father refused to let him lead because he wasn't ready for the real battlefield. He didn't have the face of a warrior, and so he decided to test him. They brought out this criminal set for execution and decided to execute him right there in front of him. And if he's able to withstand seeing real death,
最高だったな。純粋無垢な瞳が恐怖に引きずる瞬間がたまらないんだ。Someone please call 911.
he'll let him lead the troops. Oh, this was such a great moment. Oh yeah, this show hits you right in the feels. They introduced this character named Reitz. I think Reitz. The boy is a beast. They were having this mock battle where they set a pit trap, and while running at almost full speed, and while running at almost full speed, he falls into this pit and immediately hops straight out of the pit like he never lost his stride. Do you know how in tune with your knees and quads you have to be to leap out of a pit? And that hole was down enough that he was completely underground, so it wasn't shallow. He leaped out that bitch with perfect form. I could never. If I fell in there and tried to jump out, the man that leaps out of that hole would not be the same one that fell in. I'd come out that pit a changed man. Let me tell you, Charlie horses, pulled hamstrings, shoulder dislocation, and ankle roll. I would have had ligaments snapping off like zip ties. My knees would have been sounding like somebody popping bubble wrap. Would have sounded like somebody threw some fireworks down in that pit. This show was fun. I loved the characters and I had a great time. Nah, this crazy. Why it gotta look like that? Did he just say ding ding dong like King Kong?
Ding ding dong like King Kong.
It was a dark and stormy night, and our main character is on the sharp end of this woman's ecstasy trip. And now he awakens as a goblin, but not just any old goblin. You see, he carries over his ability from his previous life, where he was able to gain the stats and attributes and abilities of anything and anyone that he eats. And as a goblin with a huge appetite, that's a recipe for disaster for anyone who stands in his way. Because his name changes so much, I'ma just call him MC. He is the best part of this show, and he wasted no time in climbing the ranks and becoming the ruler of this land. You get a bit of everything here. You get the comedy, some action, rivalries, harems, but this MC was so entertaining. I really loved how he would beat up the troublemakers in his camp, said wake everybody up so they see what I'm about to do, ties them up like boxing bags, and beats them to
The upper room with Jesus.
And then he turned around like, do we finally understand the rules around here? I am not f***ing with y'all. He was clapping dryad cheeks for 5 hours in the forest, got back home and all the ladies said, we next. There was an episode where they captured some elves and the old head goblin literally just turned into Quagmire.
Almost forgotten that elven ladies were such smoking hot babes. This is going to be one heck of a night.
He said, don't let this cane fool you. How you think I got it in the first place? This old head goblin was so freaky that even on his deathbed, after taking his final breaths, he had a Woody.
I was horny.
There's a Die Hard joke in there somewhere, so just use the funniest one that comes to mind and that like I said it. It's a very fast-paced, kind of like a bullet point style. They move from one event to the next, with the majority of it being narration of what happened. It's also a more lighthearted tone than the beginning would lead you to believe. The beginning was very dark and bloody. And don't get me wrong, when they want to show a little violence, they show it. I mean, this man had an episode where he went to war with a fire-breathing bear in the woods. But he was fighting for his life.
I'm dying, man.
And speaking of people fighting for their life, we run into what is my favorite show out of this bunch. This mage was burned to death and reborn as Lloyd, the 7th prince of Saloon Kingdom. While in his previous life he was lacking in magical talent, he has been reborn into a mage with a monstrous amount of mana, which allows him to perform not only the most powerful tiers of magic, but also perform any new magic he learns at the highest level almost immediately. And so when you combine the mana pool of a demon with an obsession with learning about magic, you get a fucking psychopath. This man Lloyd is a damn magical masochist. There is no lengths he will not go to satiate his desire to learn new magic. This dude let his finger get ripped open and lick the blood because he wanted to feel what the magic felt like. He's such an entertaining and badass main character once you get past the crazy design.
Help me!
And then you get someone else who could have also been the main character in his guard.
シルファー
The badass moments,
ラングリス流双剣術
the aura,
いや臭いので息があまり喋らないでください
Dynamite, disco, Danny, devastating.
the whole package. Loved all the characters, and it broke the trope of cynical and evil royal family, nobody unnecessarily being a dick, no scheming for the throne. His family loves him. They thought he got kidnapped and the prince, his brother, was ready to start a whole war. Scorched earth. You mess with Floyd and the whole fam gonna pop out and show it. This show was really fun and funny.
僕たちは生きてゆけ
That final battle went crazy. I was genuinely surprised by this show, and I'm definitely ready for that second season.
俺だよ
Alright folks, that wraps it up for this batch of anime. Like I said before, I really do love this genre. Isekais, reincarnations, and when they check all the boxes and deliver a great show, that makes me a happy camper. That Reincarnated as a 7th Prince show though, I really recommend that one. But enough of my talking. I've said everything I had to. What are some of your favorite reincarnated shows or isekais? Or favorite genre in general? Let me know down in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. Join the lounge and grab yourself a seat. Share with friends or anyone who loves anime like us.
Tell your friends about me.
I appreciate you all for watching. Thanks for coming in. And as we always do when we close out, let's all raise a glass in the air. Here's to anime.
Giggity, 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 giggity.